Okay, so in this video, what we're trying to do is we're trying to solve this quadratic equation, y equals 3x squared minus 2x minus 5. And we've been instructed to solve it using the quadratic formula. Okay, so let's write down the quadratic formula. Write this as you watch. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2a. And now I encourage you to go on YouTube and search quadratic formula song. And there's just a bunch of good quadratic formula songs that help you to memorize this formula because you're going to have to memorize it. Okay, so let's do this. Now let's remember that this equation is written in the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So the first thing I'm going to do on this equation is I'm going to label what a is. A is 3. B is negative 2. And C is negative 5. So now that I know what A, B, and C are, I'm going to plug 3 in for A right here and A right here. And I'm going to plug negative 2 in for B right here and B right here. And I'm going to plug in negative 5 for C right here. So let's do that. X equals negative, and then I put whatever B is. B is negative 2. Plus or minus. The reason I have a plus and a minus sign is because there's going to be two solutions, and I'll show you how that'll work in a second. Now we've got the square root of, okay, and you can see right here it says b squared minus 4 times a times c. All this under the radical is called the discriminant. Say it out loud, the discriminant. Okay, so it says b squared, so I take whatever b is, negative 2 squared minus 4 times whatever a is, which is 3, times whatever c is, which is negative 5. And that's all divided by 2 times a. 2 times an a is 3. So now let's look at what we did. We took this 3 right here and we put it in for this a and for this a, so that's why I have a 3 here and a 3 here. And we took this negative 2 and put it in for b here and b here. So you see why I have a negative 2 there and a negative 2 there. And then we took the c right here, which is negative 5, and we put a negative 5 there. And so now what we need to do is we need to simplify this. So let's do that. Let me move this up. So as we simplify it, I've got x equals, and right here a negative and a negative makes a positive 2 plus or minus the square root of. Okay, right here I have negative 2 being squared. Negative 2 squared is 4. And then I have negative 4 times 3 times negative 5. Again, I said negative 4. This is a negative 4 times 3 times negative 5. And so that's 60. So I got, since it's positive 60, I put plus 60. If it had been negative 60, I'd have put minus 60 right there. All over 2 times 3 on bottom. See this 2 times 3? That's 6. Okay, let's keep simplifying. So I have x equals 2 plus or minus. Now 4 plus 60 is 64. And then the square root of 64 is 8. All over 6. That worked out pretty good. So notice that I took 4 right here and I added it to 60, and that gave me 64, and then I took the square root of 64, which is 8, and I put it there. Now here's how you're going to get two answers. The way you get two answers is you say x equals, and then you go like this, 2 plus 8 divided by 6. 2 plus 8 divided by 6. So let's write that down. 2 plus 8 divided by 6. And the second answer is going to be x equals. So the first right here I use the plus sign. So on the second one I'm going to use the what? The minus sign. So I'll go 2 minus 8 divided by 6. That's 2 minus 8 divided by 6. So 2 minus 8 divided by 6. So I've got two answers. All right, so now I'm going to do this. 2 plus 8 is 10 divided by 6. So I have x equals 10 divided by 6, which reduces to 5 over 3. So that's one of my answers. And since this is a second degree polynomial, it could give me two answers. So let's look at what the other one would be. All right, 2 minus 8 is negative 6. So I've got negative 6 over 6. And negative 6 over 6 is negative 1. So my second answer is x equals negative 1. And so I've got two answers. I've got 5/3 and negative 1. So I just solved this quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. Okay, so let's review. Remember, your quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. And the reason we get two answers is because one of the times we say negative b plus all this divided by 2a, and the second time we say negative b minus all this divided by 2a. That's why we get two answers.